Okay, so back in the garage again. This time we have a new toy to play with. Let's have a look and see, shall we? Ta-da! Yep, it's a midget, and this is got to be done quickly because I need to sell it because I need to get on with some other projects. So this one is an in and out job with a bit of luck, not like the Mini. So having a look and see what needs to be done. We know we've got issues with the front end. If you look at the state of this suspension, you can see the amount of oil that's been leaking out around here. This is down to this shock absorber, which it has completely got. You see, it's leaked all its fluid out, and you can top it up through that nut there. And I have been doing that to sort of get it by. But you'll also notice split boots. I did put a set of kingpins on this about a year ago. So the kingpins and everything here is new. Let's see if we can get a bit more light on the subject. So all these kingpins and everything here are all new. It's all just a case of taking it off and cleaning it up. I think that's all I've got to do. The other side, however, does need a new kingpin, and I'm going to buy a reconditioned one from one of the specialists that does midget stuff, and that will also come pre-assembled. So it's a very straightforward job. So I'm hoping to turn this thing around reasonably quickly. Let's see if we can get this thing off without making too much of a mess. Okay, so join me underneath the driver's side. This whole assembly is going to come off. We have a leaking damper on the top here, which is spewed hydraulic oil everywhere, basically. So rack is in need of new boots, and we're going to just generally tart it up. So first things first, let's get rid of the steering arms and brake calipers and that sort of thing first. My trusty rattle gun for that. So very straightforward. Good. Now, usual thing with track rod ends, gentle bit of persuasion. Move it out this way a bit. Now, I think that's loosened it. Yep. Maybe a bit overzealous with the tapping there, but there you go. In order to get that pin, that now loose pin, out of there, I'm just going to jack up to get it to a sort of neutral height. So, jack under here somewhere. Let's find someone to jack this thing up on. Because obviously everything's at the end of its travel, bringing it to a sort of a more neutral spot will make life easier for getting things like this off. There you go, so that's off. So now this is completely free. Also brings this pinch bolt into play, so you can get onto that quite easily. Let's see if we've got a little 13mm spanner here. What we've got here. Half inch spanner, should I say? Very imperial, obviously. So, yep, so that's this off. Right. There you go. Right, now he's got to come off. God, blimey. Does not want to come out. I think it's just because the suspension's pushing down on it. You've literally just got to get this thing into lifting it off the jacks now. So that must be off of there. Let's try working it with the there must be a better way of doing this, right? This might do. Let's get a pin so we can just tap it through. Hey. Right. We'll get it back on the stand. Well, is that actually going to end up? Right, so let's understand now. Okay, should have probably undone these this first, because now this is all very stressy on the old that's better. Right, let's see if we can get this off next. That's these back here. Get the caliper off. Right, so the caliper can come off now. I'm going to hook it, no, almost made for it whole. That's almost perfectly shaped for it as well. This was a cow, wasn't it, to try and get off? It still doesn't even really want to come off in there. So this was very much in there and did not want to release. These bushes are obviously shot completely. Look at that. The shock absorber's still trying to damp, but just leaking everywhere. So that's not great. Next thing is the lower parts. So let's get that done first. There's a little pin that you have to take out at the bottom first, which goes on a heavily contaminated greasy blob of grease. So let's reset you up. Hang on, let's move the camera. Okay, so believe it or not, underneath all that grease, you'll find a little nut here. It's at the bottom of the trunnion, and just undo that. It's quite small. I'm using a 5/16 socket on it, so just it's not done up massively tight, but it doesn't have to be. It's only got to hold itself in place. A tiny wee little washer. We'll keep that over there. Now this pin needs to be just gently knocked out. I would say gently knocked out. Probably not going to do it with that. Let's see if I can use something a little bit more forceful. That's the nut. Just going to go on just to protect the thread while I bang it. Because I'm obviously struggling to get that to move. I didn't think it was going to be done up or that hard to move. But obviously, it's got different ideas. Yeah, let's level with the thread. Right, let's see if we can get it to move anywhere. Well, that's been marked. Oh, no, it's moved. It's started to move. That's good. Okay, so I think I've broken the seal, as it were. It'll probably come off with less beating. Not really why I'm bothering trying to save this thing. I think when you buy the new kit, it comes with a new pin anyway. Yeah, I'm just going to destroy this thing. So let's just knock it out with whatever I can do. Use the hand. Anything that's a bit get in there with. Let's try this pin again. Can't get a hammer under that thing, can I? No. Fat. Need to sort of lay on it so I can actually hit it. Let's move it. Maybe I can just. Oh man, so much fat. It's moved. It's moved. Oh, so have you apparently. So that took a bit more than expected. Seems to be the rhythm of the day, doesn't it? That. Right, let's go to the other side. Right, success. Well, all the thoughts. So that pin is now removed from here, which means that you can now, you can see it, there's a shaft that goes through it, the pin goes in, this is it, turned almost upside down. This has got to come off next, And believe it or not, that is just a cover for the grease, which is copious. So let's get that off next, and it should reveal a bolt, which I should be able to undo, and a whole lot should drop off. So let's plop you there and try and get some better light for you. You can actually see what's going on, which I will try to do. Maybe like that. Maybe something like that. Yeah, that's a bit better, isn't it? Right, okay. So the corners of this thing are completely readied up. It should be a nut. I've had the result to using a set of pliers. Let's try and get any purchase on there at all. And let's try and get it to twist or do anything. The nice thing about having something like this is you can buy absolutely everything. So yeah, I'm not too worried if I destroy this. Oh, it's starting to go. Here we go. I wonder how many of these you've got put back in the day because they were too much hassle. Right. Maybe I think that's the actual grease nipple. Because I've got a grease, got a screw within a screw, so it's just like a little smooth. But oh man, why is this all so horrible? For something that's covered in grease, you'd think it'd come undone a bit. Here we go. We're moving now. Right. Finger tight. Really annoying when something's not so loose it's easy to do the tools, but here we go. Just beyond finger tight. So that's what it is. A little plate that goes in, and the grease nipple goes in on the top of it. And that allows you to grease inside the pin, which is a hollow. So it greases out inside the whole thing. Now we've got to try and get that unscrewed. So I'm going to clean it up for you first so you can have a look. So I'm just going to show you what's actually in there. So what you have is a slot to put a tool in and unwind that pin, which isn't the best thing in the world, because I guess that's going to slip a lot. Looks like it's already chewed up a fair ways. So hopefully this is going to come out not too bad. Right, so I've found the widest screwdriver bit that I've got. It still doesn't fill it all up. There's still quite a bit of slide each side, but I can get that on there. I've got to get this to turn. I need a quarter drive. I need a quarter drive to go on there to do this. So a bit drive of some kind. So biggest screwdriver you can find around this bit. In it goes. There's still quite a lot of slot obviously each side. It's not quite big enough. And hopefully we've got to get this to turn at some point. And I can get it to locate in. Aha! That looked like it went somewhere. Oh, it feels like it's turning. Okay, it's not going to be as stubborn as I thought it was going to be. Great shot of my hands there, which is really impressive for you guys, isn't it? Let's have a little look. Well, it's coming out. I had visions of that being a bit of a cow to do, but I think we're doing all right. Are we still coming out? I think we are. Blimey. Must be. Oh, where's the bit gone? It's dropped off the end of the. Oh, there you go. That's the upper end. Right, so that came out a lot easier than I expected, which is good because about time something went right, wasn't it? So good. Now that means this whole assembly now should, in theory, just drop it. And there you have it. The whole hub and kingpin together. Doesn't feel too bad as in play, but we'll get it on the bench and have a proper look at it then. As I say, it's covered in grease, so you can't see anything, can you? You don't know what's going on under there. Initially, we're looking for a sort of play around here, aren't we? Oh, no, there's a bit. Yeah, see, not very much. Not very much at all, actually. Might even get away with this kingpin, but that's definitely got to come out. Covered in oil and oozing. This is a colour under here. There's some sort of colour under here. Oh, look at that. Yeah, so that's got to come out next. Okay, so that was good, wasn't it? Those suspension units did eventually come off, and as you can see, the little pins were such a hassle getting those out, especially on the driver's side. On the near side, they just came straight out, but on the passenger driver's side, lots of different methods of trying to get those out, wasn't there? So that wasn't great, but they're out now, and we've cleaned them up. So you can now have a quick look at those and see what they've come up like. Here we go. Hang on, turned you around. Oop. And there you go. So as you can see, they've come up quite nicely, haven't they? Really. Gallon of diesel. Dropped them in, gave it a good clean. This is the new one, and this is the original one of the driver's side. This was the passenger side. This was replaced about 2 years ago, and yeah, there's hardly any real movement. This one seems to be slightly looser, but I can't see any drastic play in it. I tried wiggling it and what have you, and I can't see any play in that at all. So I think I might be okay with that one. So I don't need to buy a new one of these, which is good. When I was cleaning it up, I did notice something a little bit strange. These bolts were very loose, even though they had the locking tag on. And you can wiggle them. Well, you can wiggle that one. This one's stiffer, but something's going on in the thread there. And I'm not quite sure what's happened, but it doesn't seem to want to be tighten up, or it tightens up, but it must have loosened off somehow. With the locking tab, that shouldn't be possible, but something's happened. I mean, it was covered in hydraulic oil, so maybe just where it's capillary down in there and sort of made everything super slippery, but then why wouldn't this one be doing the same? So strange. Anyway, a little bit of curiosity. Don't know what's going on with that. We'll look about on that one later. Now, the news on the rust, which is what we're going to be tackling next, is quite disappointing. Well, not disappointing, not unexpected. I mean, we are talking about a 45-year-old, MG midget that's made by Leyland, who was it's expected to have rust in it, even if it all looks nice. You're going to find some, aren't you? So that rust hole in the floor, which is the one that we started to investigate, we've scraped all that back. We're going to scrape all that back and clean up that area, and that revealed a bit more and a bit more and a bit more. So you will see that in the next episode of what we're doing to the car, and hopefully you'll come back to the workshop here and see how I'm getting on with the bloody thing, really. So that's in the next episode. This episode is wrapped up for taking off the front suspension, and we've got it nice and clean, and we're kind of happy with what we've got going on there. Next time you'll see us, we'll be knee deep in cutting and welding, because I think that's what we're going to have to do. All right, good luck. See you later. Bye.